Hey everybody, Will Davis with the Monroe County Reporter. Here is the top story in this week's newspaper. A Forsyth woman charged in a drive-by shooting at some Freeman Avenue apartments over the weekend. The victim's name was Miranda Watkins, age 29. She lives at those Freeman Avenue apartments. She called Monroe County deputies after she and her ex-girlfriend had got into an argument that started at the Clarion Inn in Forsyth off the Harold Clark Parkway. Ms. Watkins telling deputies that her ex-girlfriend had been giving her trouble and then harassed her and followed her back to her apartments and fired several shots outside her apartment. Deputies were able to track down Ms. Freeman in front of the Quick Trip, where she was stopped and arrested. They found shell casings in her car and in front of the apartments. Freeman telling deputies she was just firing into the air. It matters not. Deputies took her to jail for terroristic threats and other charges. See more details in this week's Reporter.
Hey Monroe County, if you're planning a wedding, a big event, a corporate Christmas party, we have the place for you. Our friends at Macon Tent Rentals, Jeff Holloway and his team are Monroe County residents, and they are the best. They are the top of the pack when it comes to tent rentals and preparing for the equipment for a big party. Tents, tables, chairs, lighting, dance floors, staging, pipe, drapes, cooling units, linen, cafe lights, just to name a few. You can even pick up items for rent at their location. Call now for a free quote, 478-746-8269.
Monroe County Commissioner George Imami extending a stern warning to County Manager Jim Hedges, saying he's fed up with Hedges' big spending and manipulation of the commissioners. Imami's comments coming at the close of Commissioners' regular meeting on Tuesday. Imami gave a litany of Hedges' proposals for more spending, and cited ways that he claims Hedges manipulated the commissioners, including using county employees to pressure the commissioners to impose pay raises that they wanted. Imami saying that he's seen a pattern of Hedges using such tactics, including emailing county employees to encourage them to watch the commissioners to see if they would pass a pay raise. The most recent one came last month, when Hedges proposed an across-the-board 5% COLA, that's a cost of living raise for all county employees.
So I'd like to start by saying publicly that I do not appreciate how Mr. Hedges approached the recent COLA request. So there we were being asked to give a 5% raise across the board while Mr. Hedges knew this would not alleviate the problem that was being brought before us.
Imami said he received several emotional emails from employees saying they were ready to resign because he did not fully go on board with the raises. Imami saying that he has to look out for the big picture for the county's fiscal future and not just the imminent issue of filling vacancies with the county government. Imami also citing Hedges' failure to properly follow the law when he advertised that property in Juliet last summer that the county sold for $1,000 an acre on the river in Juliet. Monroe County Commission Chairman Greg Tapley took issue with Imami, told him that he thought he should have presented his problems in executive session in closed doors and not allowed the public to know what he was thinking. But several residents spoke out after Imami's comments and said they agreed that spending has accelerated significantly since Hedges was hired. See more details in this week's newspaper.
Meet all your glass needs right here in Monroe County. Glass Technologies, located at 8499 Rivoli Road in Bolingbrook, offers in-house glass cutting, custom glass shower enclosures, residential and commercial glass replacement, and sunroofs. They specialize in residential services and provide free estimates on all their work, no matter how big or small. Give them a call, 478-993-2101, or find them on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Donna Wilson with this week's Monroe County Reporter Incident of the Week. A Forsyth man's wife took everything while he spent the weekend golfing with the boys. Officer Richard Maddox met with the man at the Forsyth Police Department on May the 22nd, who told him he left to attend a boys-only golf weekend with his buddies, and while he was away, he spoke with his wife and son each day he was gone, but when he arrived back at home around 9 a.m. that morning, his wife and son were gone, and most of the property had been removed from his home, including TVs, furniture, and all of his wife's and children's belongings. He told Maddox he tried to contact his wife numerous times by phone and social media, but to no avail. Maddox was able to get in touch with his wife, who lives in Spring City, Tennessee, who told him he spoke with his daughter on Thursday, and she said she had planned on leaving her husband while he was out of town on vacation. He said she and her grandson would be staying with friends until she found a permanent residence. Maddox relayed this information to the husband and advised him to seek legal representation. See more on incidents on page 3B.
Hey y'all, it's Tammy Representative, the Monroe County Reporter, with this week's Everyday Hero. At an isolated gas station way out on Johnsonville Road are 6 dedicated employees who give friendly service to interstate travelers and locals 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. My buddy, Makara Hernandez, joined the team at the Marathon Station just off exit 193 2 years ago after working for the same company since 2017 in Juliet. She commutes to work in Monroe County, driving 25 minutes from Zebulon, where she lives with her husband, Ramiro, and her 3 children, Anthony, Sabrina, and Emily. Makara puts in 43 to 45 hours a week at the store, with Tuesdays and Thursdays off, when she reads on her Kindle app and spends time with her children. She likes the people she works with and says they are one big happy family, and her friendships with the regular customers is why she loves working at the store. Her first job when she was just starting out was working for her mother at a Dairy Queen in the little town of Hemp Hill, Texas, and says working for your mother is not something she would advise. She is bilingual, and although she says her Spanish isn't fluid, the occasional non-English speaking Hispanic customers at the store have no problem communicating with Makara. She wants to tell young people, if you give good customer service and keep your place clean and stocked, people are coming back. This will directly affect your paycheck. Do your best no matter where you work, because that will keep you with a job. If you don't like what you're doing, then go find something else to do. Great advice from a dedicated everyday hero.
Hello, my name is Terry Johnson. I write Monroe Outdoors for the Reporter. As any Monroe County angler knows, we have plenty of great places to fish. However, if you're like me, every so often you get a hankering to strike out on a new fishing adventure. In this week's Reporter, I'm going to tell you about a great location for you and your family to go fishing and picnicking that's just about an hour's drive from downtown Forsyth. Even if you don't catch any fish, if you go to this spot, I guarantee you're going to come home with a boat full of memories. All this and more in this week's Reporter.
It's summertime and life is a little bit slower here, but we got some interesting things going on. One thing is we have a huge century plant that has put up its stalk that rises about 25 feet into the air. Looks like a giant asparagus, actually. It's about yay big around, and it reaches way up above the pecan tree next to it. And the unique thing about it is this only happens about every 20 years. They call it a century plant, but it's not quite 100 years. This one belongs to Mary Dumas, and she set this plant out when it was like about an inch or 2 tall. A friend of hers who kept the grounds at Central State Hospital, where Mary worked for about 25 years, gave her a couple of these plants. They're on either side of her steps, and this one has decided it's time to bloom. She saw the stalk starting on Easter Sunday, and this thing is huge now. So if you happen to drive down Martin Luther King Drive, take a look, and if you see a huge thing pointing into the sky, that is a century plant. stay tuned. There's lots of interesting things going on all around Monroe County.
Hey, Monroe County, whether you need garage floors, basements, pool decks, or driveway patios, Concrete Coatings are the ones to call. Commercial or residential, they offer a 5-year warranty. Free estimates, call today. Concrete Coatings, serving all of Middle Georgia.
A High Falls man went to jail on Saturday for fleeing Monroe County deputies on a bike and was finally found in some woods down near the Talladega River. His name is William Jones, age 51, and Deputy Charlie Bryson saw him on his bike running by the State Buck Creek Market there off High Falls Road and saw him run a stop sign, and he went to make a traffic stop. Mr. Jones accelerated on his bike, wound up traveling down the road on the wrong side of the road on his bike, and he finally ditched the bike and ran into the woods. Deputy Jones gave chase and finally found him. About 30 minutes later, Mr. Jones facing a bevy of charges, including improper use of a bicycle and also obstruction. See more details in this week's Reporter.
Meet all your glass needs right here in Monroe County. Glass Technologies, located at 8499 Riverly Road in Bolingbroke, offers in-house glass cutting, custom glass shower enclosures, residential and commercial glass replacement, and sunroofs. They specialize in residential services and provide free estimates on all their work, no matter how big or small. Give them a call, 478-993-2101, or find them on Facebook.
The Forsyth City Council on Monday approving the construction of at least 8 pickleball courts at the city park over there near the golf course. City Council had assembled a pickleball committee, to study the ever-growing and more popular sport, which is kind of like tennis, but a miniature version, a mix between tennis, ping pong, and badminton, you might say. But council members excited about the opportunity to build the courts right near where they're planning to build an amphitheater. They've instructed the company doing the design work at this property to include this in their master plan. It's going to cost about $270,000 for 8 courts. Our own reporter, Part Davis, explains what pickleball is, and Diane Gladwell, our city council reporter, covers what the plans are, all in this week's newspaper. Check out a copy today.
Monroe County loves its firearms, and there's no better place to get your firearms and ammunition needs than Red Root Defense, a small family-owned business right here in the heart of Georgia near the Jones-Monroe County line. Check them out for a full selection of firearms, ammunition, and accessories.
Hey everyone, it's Part Davis with sports for the Monroe County Reporter. Late legendary Mary Persons football coach Dan Pitts was inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame at South Georgia State College on June 2nd. Pitts played quarterback at South Georgia in 1951 and 1952. His grandson, Kip Burdett, accepted the honor for Pitts, who passed away last April at the age of 88. In other news, 8 Mary Persons baseball players were named to an All-State team for 2022. Eric Snow was named First Team All-State, and Eric Mont was named Second Team All-State. 5 others received honorable mention. The team will be hosting baseball camp starting June 9th. See more in this week's Reporter.
Monroe County loves its firearms, and there's no better place to get your firearms and ammunition needs than Red Root Defense, a small family-owned business right here in the heart of Georgia near the Jones-Monroe County line. Check them out for a full selection of firearms, ammunition, and accessories.
Hey everybody, Will Davis with the Monroe County Reporter. It's time for one of our popular gun giveaways, and this year our friend Matthew Sims from Red Root Defense is giving our readers, when they subscribe or renew through June 10th, they will get a choice of either a 9mm or a .38 special, so he's going to tell you more about that in a minute. Just wanted to say that the Reporter is a proud supporter of the First Amendment right of the press every week, and also a proud supporter of the Second Amendment, the right to self-defense. Matthew, tell them about the guns we have this year.
All right, this particular gun here, this is a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 compact 9mm, a nice light semi-automatic carry pistol. And over on this side we have another Smith & Wesson, the Model 642 5-shot 38 special plus P revolver, airweight. Another nice fine carry pistol.
And folks will get to choose if they win the drawing, and Tammy's going to tell you about that drawing.
To register for these guns, simply give us a call, 478-994-2358, to sign up for a new subscription or renew your existing subscription. You can also stop by the Reporter office Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5 p.m., or easily sign up online at www.mymcr.net.
Thanks for supporting your hometown newspaper and the First and Second Amendments to our great Constitution.